Good morning, good morning. Good morning. Let's make a little yoga practice. Let's make a practice together. We're going to observe 3 planes of dynamic movement with breath, identifying stability, strength, alignment, balance, ashtara. We're going to carry that wholeness, that unity with our breathing, effortless effort, sukha, into limitations, into resistance, dukkha, and observe what happens. Okay, do not force. Do not force. You know, this is a funny phrase, do not force. How do you make effort and do not force? Let it reflect back to your strength, your stability, your wholeness, your alignment. All right, let's do this. Plant your feet, ground. Inhale high, way up. Exhale. Over the ground, make a fist. Lock it. Through the mouth. Inhale wide. Way up. Exhale. May all beings everywhere share this practice. All beings everywhere know the peace at the center of creation. Ground these feet. Let's rock side to side. Choose a side, lift one ear, keep your coronal plane, reach away, sweep up high, look down with breath, look up with breath, align your chin and your forehead in the plane. Over the top, reach away. Bend those knees, revolve, reach, and sweep. Empty in this forward bend, Uttanasana. Start gently, start easy. Knees bent. Look, you can fold, you can bring your heart down onto your legs. Lengthen and bend. Maybe you need to do one leg, then bend both. Do the other leg, then bend both. That's A-okay. You go where you go. You identify. If you've been working with me over the last few weeks, I hope I can identify some of this process. Stack your hands on your knees. So we began a breath sequence May 15th. Today is June the 7th. It is Wednesday. Good. Bend your knees deeply. Bend your ankles deeply. Push down in your heels. Pull the tailbone back. Straighten your elbows. Bring your shoulder blades back. Lift in your heart. And so we build postures. We do not merely strike them. Reach away. Yes, so we feel the full entrance. And we identify limitations as we enter. Sweep through. And breathe it right there. Back to your heart and push. Empty. Make a little turn. Great. Plant those feet. Take your hips over. Let's go second side. I'm lifting one ear into the sky. I'm breathing the dilation of the body into that big stretch through my coronal plane. This outside line of the coronal plane, there is this inside line of compression. We want to observe. Bring your attention inside. When we do this in stillness with our breathing, they call pratyahara, turning awakening the senses, gathering them internally. Every posture supports this practice of pratyahara. Sweep through, reach up high, turn your eyes down. Good. Can you turn your attention, your eyes on one point? As you breathe into oppositions, that is essential. That is a key. Turn your eyes, look up at your thumb. I'm reaching over the top. 2 hands away. And breathe. So there is posture, there is breath delivered. There is the position of the eyes in oppositions. Breathe. I bend my knees to exit. I revolve, I reach, I sweep. And so with our practices, with our asanas, we begin to map the body, the inside of the body, not just the muscles and the joints, which we are doing, but these pathways of the nerves, the affective and effective pathways, where we receive information from the senses, and then we designate movement, we designate some effect out into the world. We are these energetic beings, we're these liquid, mineral antenna. We are antennae, right? Our whole body is configured to receive information and to process information and then to feed back into the environment. Yes, and that is our life. That is one's life. And what are you doing with your life? That is the thing. Push away. Be tall. Ankles, hips, shoulders, ears. How do we direct? Let's make a circle. How do we direct this life force? Big circles. And I have to tell you that I did not intend to be a yoga teacher. Let's make circles. And these things that I am sharing with you did not arise because I'm supposed to say these things. They arise because I needed them. Big circles, come back up, be tall, ground. At the heart. And the fact is, I had an amazing teacher for more than 23 years. That amazing Kumar Palana. I'm thinking about him today. I think about him every day. And bring it back up, be tall. Stabilize shoulders down, make a circle in the head, neck. Big circles. And reverse. Bring that back. Let's take the hands up above and hop, 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 hop. And release. Separate your feet, make a turn. Shoulders low, elbows low, and pull back with the elbow. Pull it back, pull. Look over your shoulder. Exhale over your shoulder. How deeply can your eyes find a point? Behind you, each side. And release. I was exhaling over my shoulder. An intuitive breath. Let's do the same type of thing, same twist, transverse plane, but I'd like for you to inhale over your shoulder. And release. Beautiful. Let's make some batak. Batak, you know these. On a 4 count, we're going to bend the knees. So I'm sweeping my arms. Sweep the arms. You know by now, I inhale back, I exhale forward. We do this 1, 2, 3, 4, bend. 1, 2, 3, 4, bend. 1, 3, 4. Maybe you can go deeper and touch the mat. Let's do 9. Let's do 9 more. 8. 7. 8. And release. Oh, beautiful. Let's make one good lion's breath. Now, if our breath is unlocked and we're paying attention, that breath operates on a cycle, right? The exhale allows the lungs to empty, and there is a lower apnea where you can exhale no more. The breath turns around, fills with the inhale, fills the vacuum. We can inhale no more, and the breath cycles out. These 4 phases of the breath cycle are important. There is the inhale and the exhale, and that's common. We know these. But we also have this point at the top of the breath, the upper apnea. And then when we exhale out, excuse me, we have the lower apnea. There are names for each of the 4 phases, and if we inhale, we call puraka. If we exhale, we call rechaka. If we inhale up to a point where we can inhale no more, it's a turning point. It's a catch. No, it's not a catch, but it is a turning point. It does not need to have any engagement. It can turn around. We call kumbhaka, with a full pot. antara kumbhaka. And then there's the exhale. Now, on the exhale, we're not accustomed to exhaling completely. We're accustomed to exhaling, 75%, maybe. The truth of it is that we're not accustomed to breathing our full range. We're accustomed to breathing maybe 30%. If you're seated at a desk and you're going about your business and your day, and you're getting in your car, or you're feeding your dog, or whatever it is, we're accustomed to breathing maybe 35% of our capacity. And so how is it we can grow that natural, daily, mundane breath? One of the areas is in the exhale. And to allow that full exhale. And we're going to, when we breathe from the diaphragm, we're going to push the breath out, 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 out. Draw the diaphragm back toward the spine. We're going to make one good lion's breath. That lion's breath is a way to activate that exhale. And you want to push everything out and explore how deeply you can exhale. Do not do it so fast, Find how you can let it all out. It's like squeezing the last bit out of a toothpaste tube, okay? Good. Take a breath. We're going to use that in a minute. Here we go. I'm going to inhale high, and I'm going to exhale. Everything out, my eyes open, tongue goes out, jaw open. My hands go to the knees. So I want you to notice that exhale. I want you to really work that exhale. We're going to do that one more time. Work that exhale. Okay? So push it all out. Inhale deeply. Exhale. We're not accustomed to the edges of our functions. We're not accustomed, we're accustomed to that middle ground of our function. And the breath is like that too. At the edge of our function, it is not comfortable. There is resistance, there is limitation, there is pain. Dukkha. But we wish to move into that and let it reflect back. Understanding. Good. If we can do that, pushing all of the breath out, you'll notice that there is a great empty pot. What I'd like for you to do right now is to try this next one. It's very simple. I know none of you ever have any anxiety, but if you were to observe somebody who did have anxiety, a common feature of it is the breathing pattern. And it is a grasping breathing pattern. It's a quick exhale and grasping at the new inhale. And trying to get the new inhale. And it's a grasping of the inhale. But what if you could put your attention on your breath cycle, let it enter. Upper apnea, let it pour out. And rest in the lower apnea. I inhale when I want, when I'm comfortable. I inhale completely. Oh, there's my full pot. I exhale gently. I relax the exhale out. And rest. I'm not holding my breath. When it's time, I can inhale. And so I invite you to notice this gentle exhale. It's like if you had a plastic bag, you know, and maybe you put your breath into that plastic bag and it was still open. And then you place the plastic bag down and let the natural equilibrium of the air inside and outside of that plastic bag come to a still position. And that's what this exhale is, where you rest. So I'm not in my lion's breath a moment ago, I pushed that breath out strongly, completely activating the deep contractions and found extra range of my exhale. But this time, we're simply going to observe the inhale, exhale it out, and let it rest. I am not holding the breath. Look, I can have enough breath that I can even speak. And then I inhale. So practice this 3 times. Let the breath alone. And now inhale deeply, easily, without force. Let the breath exhale and wait. Let it wait. Can you count 3, 2, 1? Do you inhale? Yes, there you go. You can inhale back up. Exhale. Wait. Let there be a little pause in that empty pot. It's kind of like an empty pot. Let it inhale. Let it exhale. And wait. Yes. Until you need a breath. Now that gap of the lower apnea, that gap we call bahya kumbhaka, the empty pot. You could think of that empty pot with this ease, like, you say you had some oatmeal and you eat most of the oatmeal, but then you bring it over to the kitchen sink, but you don't wash it out. There are still traces and residue of your oatmeal on inside your bowl. It's kind of like that with this breath. We exhale and we just kind of rest. There's still some breath inside of us. There's still some residual breath. And we wait there. And then when we wait, we feel that natural need, that hunger, that thirst for breath, and let it come in. And we want to activate the awareness of that natural thirst for breath, not just the habit of the breath. And we want to be able to rest. And I hope I'm not being redundant too much. And I hope that I'm not being too pedantic or oversimplified. But I'd like to communicate this with clarity so that there's no misunderstanding. Yeah, all right. And then you say, well, what's the point of that, right? It is to unlock the breathing. And so that there's any tendency toward the grasping of our senses, we want to release that. So practice here on your own for 1 minute, okay? Stand or sit and practice this breath cycle. Out, rest, in your exhale. And there's a trust that you wish to cultivate, that you can inhale when you need to. It is abundant around us. This abundance is there for us to receive. This abundance of breath. Practice on your own for 1 minute right here. Try that, and we'll continue. Yeah, there we go. Good. We're going to practice. We're going to practice a more advanced practice. Okay. Yeah. We're going to practice the entrance to our nauli. Okay. Nauli is when if we activated that diaphragm during our lion's breath, now we're going to activate the full exhale, the gripping of the locks, the root lock and the mid lock. So mulband, pelvic floor muscles gather, lift up the front of the spine. The lower abdominals gather beneath the navel and pull back toward the sacrum. And we bring, you should have no food in your stomach. You should do this first thing in the morning before there's any food, or at least 3 hours from having any food. I mean, that's the standard line. Kumar would push all of these kind of accepted boundaries, but learn this way, where you push everything out, hold, root lock, mid lock, and upper lock. The upper lock we call Jalandhar band. So we have mulband, Udyan band, Jalandhar band. We're holding that all together. The breath is out. And underneath this rib cage, the abdominals pull back to the spine and underneath the ribs. And we hold that. Okay? And count. Maybe it's holding the breath, but it is a complete emptiness. Try this, and the hands will make a claw on the knees. Okay? So this is the entrance. There are several more aspects of this in which we will turn the belly, but that's for the future. Push the breath out. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Then lock it. Push away. Make a little turn. Now when we do that, we're changing internal functions. We're changing blood pressure. We're activating centers of the mind, glands of the mind that release neurotransmitters, that release functions. They're telling you, oh, you're not breathing. You're cutting off, oxygen. You're changing carbon dioxide levels. Let's do this one more time. Push the breath out. Inhale. Exhale. And rip. Let's do that one more time, okay? Be easy. Do not force. Sometimes you don't know what force is until you go too far. That's okay. Explore. Explore where you can hold it. I'm going to do it one more time. Pushing the breath out so I can inhale. Locks. Yes. Push away. Make a little turn. Oh. Let's make a teacups. Teacups. Let's see where I can go today. I don't know if I can hit this, but I'm aiming to increase my teacups. I'm increasing my teacups. I'm gonna hop. Start. I want my feet flat, toes down, heels down, tailbone back. I'm going to lift in my heart. Right, many arm and hand positions, but let's make them easy out into the front to begin. And our breathing here, smooth. We want easy breath, no hard, fast, choppy breathing. Good. I find a point out in front of me, and I fix my gaze on that point. Right, and it's a long practice with these. Every day, every other day, Steady consistency is how it will grow. And that is the truth of how we have learned to be how we are. It didn't just happen that you are the way you are. It's taken every day of your life to be how you are. What if we begin to claim that daily awareness every day, and it begins to shift? And we are talking about something that is rather countercultural, and that is self-reflection. And it means turning into our weaknesses, into our limitations, into our habits, into the persona that we share with the world, and everything that that persona masks. And as we claim that, and it's what we don't want to show the world. We don't want to show the world our mistakes, our ineptitudes, our limitations, our resistances, anything that we can be made diminished by. Because there is this attitude prevalent, of course, about status and that illusion of status. I mean, it's real, no doubt. And there is value in status, social friction, the value of merit and discipline. There is all of that. But we are also wanting to shine a light. And as I mentioned last time, the clown has no status. Now I am going to count backwards because I'm starting to feel it. Okay, not too bad. Make a little turn. So the alarm I set for 4:15. I didn't know if I was going to hit it today. Come up and let it go. When the alarm went off, I felt I could stay a little bit more, so I did. Now, if you're practicing your teacups, feel where you can go, and then release it when you need to. But the mind gives up before the body does. And we are awakening the mind over the body. Good. I'm going to make one squat. And you know, all the way down this time. Look, I'm dropping my tailbone down. I'm going to reach out, place my elbows inside the hollow of each knee, hands together, and align those forearms. Dropping the tailbone down, I'm going to rock side to side. Good. So if you practice teacups, find the position, let the breath be easy. Set your timer. Maybe it's 2 minutes. That's great. I remember when, after years of not practicing, I started up again. And 90 seconds was a long time. Rocking. And the practice is such that you enter, you find your eyes, gaze, you breathe, and you hold. When you begin to feel the discomfort that, oh, I don't know how long I can hold it. Decide that you will hold it until, keep rocking side to side. Decide you will hold it until you complete your count. So when I begin to feel it, and I think, oh, well, that's as far as I can go, I set myself, I'll say 27 count, or I'll say a 36 count. And I'll have to count down, 36, 35. And every count is a breath, 34, 33, 32. And I fix my attention on that count, counting backwards. Good. Plant your hands, push away, fold forward. Good. Push away. Try this one. Let's get a good back bend first. I'm going to make fists. I'm putting them right into my gluteus muscles. My heels are pushing down. I'm arcing. Good. Drop the chin down. Lace the fingers behind you. Reach away. Reach. Now I am gripping with the front muscles of my body, the anterior lines of my body. And then 9 times, I'm going to reach my chin away. My eyes go over the head. I exhale forward. I inhale away. Good. My hands reach forward. They assist. They help me leverage. I'm reaching forward. Then I empty. Check in with your ankles, hips, shoulders, and ears. Fill the lungs from the bottom up to the top. Let it breath pour out. Isolate your knees. Bend your knees. Fold. Good. I make a cup. Mudra. A cup is where my fingertips are touching the mat. My right hand grips my right ankle. I tuck. I bring my knee to the forehead. If you cannot bring your knee to the forehead, that's okay. Just tuck and hold it. I'm going to open my knee, lifting it up, lift it up. I open, I unbind my knee, hip. I'm activating strength, whole left side of my body to balance in strength, and open the right. Breathing, breathing. Do not lock breath. Unbind. Second side. Make a cup with the right hand. Left hand takes the left ankle and tuck. Then I open. I close. And I open. Unbind. Make a little turn. Get a block. You can practice at the curb outside of your house. You can practice on the wall. I square my hips. I begin to fold. This is my left leg here. I'm pulling back in my left hip. I'm drawing back. I'm tilting my hips in the line of this leg. Tilt the hips. Now maybe you go to your knee, maybe your shin. If you can, take your opposite hand and grip. I'm going to hook onto my big toe and lift my thumb. My left hand will go onto my neck, and I fold over the leg. I touch my elbow down to the knee, down to the shin, down to the ankle, to the thumb sticking up. I'm making 54 of these. Exhale, exhale down. And I'm staying there, holding, breathing, Bastrika. I stabilize. I isolate my intent with exit. Second side. You may notice one side is not the same. Padottanasana. Padottanasana variations. Square. Walk your hands down. This is my right leg. My left hand takes the big toe. My thumb sticks up. Pull back in this long leg. My mat is messing up behind me. Yes, okay, there we go. My right hand takes my right side of the neck and I'm going to fold. Exhale. $54. Then 54 Bastrika. Good. I stabilize. I set my intention for my exit. I isolate the movement of my exit. My exit carries sthira, carries the wholeness. Good. So we've done some stronger practices today. And lie down on your back. We've got one set of breathing to do before we're done. Lie on your back, tuck your knees and rock. I'll do this with you. Okay, I'm going to rock side to side a couple of times. I rock long. I rock long up over my My neck must be happy. Good. Take your arms wide. So you make your exit from your shoulder stand down through your plow. Keep your head and shoulders down on the mat. Articulate down. So my knees squeeze together. They go to the left. Make this one easy. Look to the left. Observe the shape of your breath in the lungs. Deliver your breath into every cell of your body. Observe the lines that extend diaphragm, toes, fingertips, and eyes. Wake it up, roll to the left, empty. Bring it back, second side. Knees to the right, revolved stomach pose. Head to the right, make it easy. Push these legs away. Turn your head to the left. Breathe it right there. Observe the functional breath of the lungs and the shape of your lungs. Observe how we can gather prana, life force, delivered into the whole body, into every cell. We observe the channels from the fingertips, the toes, and the eyes through the body. Wake it up. Empty to the right. Beautiful. Let's make one fish. You know how to make a fish. You lie down flat on your back, your legs squeeze together. Point your toes. Elbows press, lift up in your heart. Eyes over your forehead. Breathe it right there. In the nose, out the mouth. Rest it down. If you want more, enter your upward bow. You start from a bridge. Lift it up. Plant your feet, lift in the middle, lift the chest up to the chin. Now the hands between the ear and the shoulder. Between the ear and the shoulder, and you bring your elbows to the center. You inhale up. And I'm going to inhale, straightening my legs. Empty back down, rest down in your corpse pose. Relax your neck, the chin lightly toward your forehead. All right, so we covered a good deal of breath delivery today in posture. We use the postures as forms for our breathing. And as we do, it allows us to observe the process of how the senses receive, how the body receives its experience. This kinesthetic awareness, this visual reception, this oral stimulation, the senses of scent, everything, it gathers inside us. It processes. We receive it into our file system. We correlate it. We assess it. And it is this cycle of the senses that receive, gather, file systems, integrate, and receive, this cycle. It is an opening and a closing that happens very fast. Every second, there's this opening and closing of the senses. And how this all connects, we find story, we find meaning. Okay. Random selection today. Okay. This is from Rudolf Ballantine. He says this to us. Do not confuse tranquility with passivity or apathy. Tranquility, rather, is a dynamic quality of balance and harmony. And just as love is the outward flow of energy in selflessness, and just as joy is the experience of accepting the natural divinity of all of life, tranquility is the experience we have when we know and accept ourselves for who and what we are. Yeah, beautiful. He goes on, there's quite a bit more, but I'm going to leave you with this and invite you to Friday, where we're going to make a more specific and extended Samatva Bastrika practice of breathing. We're going to get a good warm-up physical practice, and then we're going to dedicate maybe 20 minutes or half an hour specifically to a fundamental practice that can be transformative, practiced on your own, safe, all of that. Simple. It's very simple. It was the first breathing practice that Kumar taught me in a small group. There were like 4 of us, over on Oak Lawn Avenue, what was turning into the Cosmic Cup. This was like 1990, right, December of 1990, something like that. Yeah, all right. That concludes our practices today. Come sit up, be tall, take your hands together, inhale up, exhale wide. Inhale over the ground, make a fist, lock it in. Through the mouth, exhale. Inhale up and hold. Exhale down. Namaste. Thank you so much for being here. Hope to see you soon.